Hi everyone, Olivia Reiner here for Packers News, joined by Jim Owczarski and Tom Silverstein. It is day 3 here at the NFL Combine, and something that makes today a little bit different than other days is that there's a big agent meeting, and it can be very beneficial for us to be around those meetings, sort of hanging out in the hallways a little bit and meeting some of these agents just to discuss free agency that's upcoming, some of the discussions that they're having with general managers. So, Tom, what did you find out today that might be of interest to Packers fans?
Well, you rarely come up with anything really hard news here, but we used our instincts and knew where Russ Ball, the Packers negotiated. I always heard he hangs out in the West End. So I went over and looked, and lo and behold, here comes Clay Matthews' agent to sit down with Russ Ball. So you can put 2 and 2 together and assume that they were talking about Clay Matthews. It's also possible they were talking about Earl Thomas, who happens to be a David Dunn client, or I think Dee Ford is a David Dunn client. So a lot of that, back room kind of negotiating or talking or feeling each other out goes on. But no deals. No deals really happen until you get right to the free agency deadline.
Gotcha. So still a lot to be learned.
Yes.
Besides the agent meetings today, of course, we did hear from some of the prospects, including the quarterbacks, wideouts, and tight ends.
Right.
Tight end, obviously something that the Packers are going to be interested in considering. There's some questionables out there. Mercedes Lewis, Lance Kendricks, unsure if they will be returning to the Packers this upcoming season. Who did you see up today that might be of interest to the Packers?
You mean not Kyler Murray at number 12 overall? They don't need that. No.
Never say never.
Right. Right. No, the tight end's definitely interesting, Olivia, for them. TJ Hawkinson, Noah Fant from Iowa. 2 guys, they both could go in the first round. Coming from a program that traditionally not only produces good pass-catching tight ends, coached well, but lo and behold, Iowa runs outside zone. So these guys know how to block. They're willing blockers. Irv Smith Jr. from Alabama, also well coached, comes from a similar scheme. There's actually, those are probably the top 3 prospects that spoke today, but there's about another 6 that could go in the first 4 rounds where the Packers have 6 picks. So even though Brian Gutekunst says Jimmy Graham is likely in the plans, you're right. It's him and Robert Tonyan are it on the current roster that have played. So there seems to be a need there, and this is a really good group that could fill one of those needs for sure.
Hawkinson emphatically said that he loves to block,
Yes.
and I shared that nugget of information with you all over on my personal Twitter, and a lot of people seem to really like that. So, yes. So, good segue. Follow me on Twitter. Follow all of us on Twitter. Follow Packers News on Twitter. You'll see the handle on the screen right now. We'll have lots of updates for you guys tomorrow as well. Tomorrow's our last day, so we will hopefully check in with you guys then. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.